CES 2023 is happening right now, so let's talk about what announcements have happened so far. Hi, welcome to ZGadgetReview. CES 2023 is underway right now, and as you know, that means brand new tech announcements, specifically TVs that we can expect coming out later in the year, soundbars, and different, probably weird tech that might be coming in the near future. Right now, we're going to be focusing on TVs and the major brands like LG, Samsung, and what looks to be a new player in the field. So let's start with LG. LG is going to, of course, bring out the new 3 series, which is going to be the G3, C3, most likely B3 and A3. And there isn't going to be a lot of improvements when it comes to TVs. LG is talking better pictures using AI technology. They are touting that their A9 chip 6th generation, which is going to be on the C3 and G3, are going to be better for AI pictures. So if you set your TV to AI picture, the TV is going to recognize what's happening on the screen and is going to tailor the image based on that. It is also going to do better at focusing on what they call important things on the image, including action shots and people's faces and things like that, which up to now I don't know if it's really worked. I personally don't like those kind of features. I'd rather calibrate my TV myself and get the image that I want to get out of it. There's a lot of people who just like to turn the TV on and watch something, and so the new AI feature or the more advanced AI feature is supposed to do a better job at that than previous AIs. But year to year, how huge of a difference can there be? Another thing that they're saying is that these TVs are going to somehow magically going to support 9.1.2 surround sound via the 2 front speakers. Now, I find this very hard to believe because those speakers are tiny. If you've ever seen one of those OLED TVs, those OLED TVs are thin, and the box that comes to the bottom or the back of the TV is not that thick either. So the speakers aren't necessarily going to get bigger, but through the magic of AI, you're supposedly going to be able to get this crazy surround sound, which I personally think is a bunch of marketing speak that isn't going to translate to much. Now let's talk about brightness, because as we know, LG has a new OLED EX TV that is supposed to be the brightest image possible. Now, there is a lot of marketing speak when it comes to this and a lot of taking things with a grain of salt. So the new OLED technology can get up to 70% brighter than regular OLED. So they're not saying in comparison with last year's models, let's say the LG G2 or C2, but they're talking about regular old OLED TV. So it's going to be 70% brighter than a regular OLED TV, which, shouldn't be that hard to pull since OLED TVs from years past. We're talking about the C1, the X models. Those are a lot darker than current models because of the new technology. As I said, I wouldn't be cheering for that so much because there is specific word usage in order to talk about that 70% brightness. Once again, it's focused on the very old OLED technology, the newer OLED technology. And also LG is known for not using the full availability of brightness on their TVs in order to protect the TV from burning issues and things like that. So how much brighter are those TVs going to be in comparison to last year's TVs, being the C2, G2, or the 2 models? We'll have to wait until those TVs are in the market to get a better idea. But I don't think that it's going to be 70% brighter because LG will never do that. LG TVs are going to be supporting something new that's called QMS VRR. And if you know what VRR is, stands for variable refresh rate. QMS stands for quick media switch. And what this means is that when there's a change in frame rates, you won't see that black screen that appears when the frame rate changes happen. So the change is going to happen faster. Now the change between HDR formats will still give you that black screen when it switches from, let's say, HDR to Dolby Vision. If you are someone who uses a lot of things that change frame rates, then you won't have to worry about that black screen appearing, making you wait for the new content. Now, that WebOS is going to be getting a new feature that's going to be called Quick Cards. And what this means is going to group things per category. So you're going to have apps under a gaming quick card. So if you're looking for gaming apps, they will be on the gaming quick card. If you're looking for, I don't know, smart home stuff, will be under the smart home stuff. Will this make LG WebOS any better than it is right now? Probably. It will save you some time from having to search for things in a global way. You'll be able to find everything in one place. If you have seen my review about last year's TV, you will know that I'm not a huge fan of WebOS as I used to be, since they changed the way WebOS behaves. Now it takes over the whole screen. When I saw the news that they were going to be making refinements to WebOS, I was hoping that they will go back to the old WebOS. They only had the little bar at the bottom, but that does not seem to be the case. LG also has unveiled a LG OLED signature TV. If you're familiar with their signature TVs, this will be what the rollable OLED TV was a year or two ago. So this TV supposedly is going to be 97 inches of 4K OLED screen. The gimmick, or the feature, is going to be a box that is wireless. You can position this box up to 30 feet away from the TV. The TV is only going to be a panel with speakers. All the connections and everything else is going to be on that box, and the box is going to communicate wirelessly with the TV, hence a 30 feet distance that you can position that box. So you'll be able to position the box somewhere around your home where it's not intruding on where the TV is, and then you can plug all your HDMI stuff and all the changes will happen in the box, communicate it to the TV, and you get a wireless TV, except for that power cable. Of course, you got to plug the TV somehow. Now let's move on to Samsung. Samsung has announced their newest QD-OLED TV. As we know, last year Samsung QD-OLED TV was praised by a bunch of people, even though it had some issues, including not supporting Dolby Vision, that a lot of people in the comment section says doesn't matter. I disagree with those comments. But this year we're going to be getting the 95C, which is the newer version going over the 95B. The new QD-OLED TV is going to go up to 77 inches and is supposed to reach 2000 nits of brightness. So it's going to be probably one of the brightest TVs that you can find out there that includes OLED technology. Another thing that Samsung is talking about is how quickly the response on the screen is when it comes to gaming. They're saying a 0.1 millisecond refresh time when you're playing games. Now the TVs looks like they're going to be coming in 49, 55, 65, and as I already said, 77 inches. It doesn't look like Samsung is going to be supporting Dolby Vision again this year. Someday in the future that might change, but keep in mind that if a TV does not support Dolby Vision from the box, it cannot be upgraded via software because you need hardware in order to do Dolby Vision. So that means that there won't be Dolby Vision at all in these TVs in 2023. Samsung's also touting sound when it comes to these TVs. I guess companies are starting to take sound seriously when it comes to their TVs. We already heard that LG is going to have AI specialized whatever for their TV speakers. Samsung is going to follow suit by equipping this TV with a 70-watt 422 channel Dolby Atmos speaker setup. Now, as you've seen previously, these TVs aren't that big. So when they talk about the power that these TVs can pull when it comes to speaker power, I take that with a grain of salt because the speakers have to be pretty small in order to fit in these TVs. So in my opinion, having a surround sound system like a movie theater or home theater system or soundbar will still be a lot better than relying on the sound that these TVs can produce. And as I said earlier in the video, we have Roku. Roku is getting into the TV game. Roku is going to be making their own TVs. If you are aware of what Roku is or what Roku does, Roku is like an Amazon Fire TV thing. You put it in the back of your TV and you can get all the apps. Roku has its own channels, but now Roku is going to be producing their own TVs, which is a huge change for what is going to be out there in the market. Now, I'm expecting Roku to be one of those TV manufacturers that offer TVs at a lower price, seeing how Vizio seems to somehow have disappeared from the TV game. I don't know what happened with them, but now we have we have Amazon going with their Omni TVs and whatever other cheapo TVs they make. Now we have Roku going in there. We have TCL fighting in there, and then we also have Hisense. So I'm thinking that we have Hisense, TCL, Roku, and Amazon all fighting for the market where you can buy a cheap TV that gives you a good image and good features. Now, the difference between these Roku TVs and the other past Roku TVs made by partners is that these Roku TVs are actually being made by Roku. We don't really have any specs for these TVs yet. We know that the range of size is going to go from 24 to 75 inches, and prices are also going to range between $119 to $999. Now, that means that these TVs, as I said earlier, most likely won't be the most technologically advanced panels, but if you're a Roku consumer and you want a TV that isn't going to break the bank, it's going to give you both in one. So that is all right now for what's been announced TV-wise at CES. Stay tuned because there's going to be more videos coming for other CES announcements. I'm going to be talking about soundbars in upcoming videos and other weird technology that we might be seeing at CES this year. So if you have any questions, any comments, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Really, really, really helps the channel. And thank you very much for watching.